Enola Holmes is the youngest member of the famous Holmes family, growing up in the shadow of her legendary older brothers, Sherlock Holmes and Mycroft. Unlike most girls in Victorian England, Enola is not raised to become a quiet, obedient lady prepared only for marriage. Instead, her unconventional mother, Eudora Holmes, teaches her to think for herself. Enola spends her childhood learning science, literature, cryptography, chess, and even jiu-jitsu. Through her mother's lessons, she becomes fiercely intelligent, deeply observant, and determined to live life on her own terms. Even at a young age, Enola shows she has inherited the same brilliant mind that made the Holmes name famous, though she possesses a warmer and more compassionate heart than her brothers. On the morning of her 16th birthday, Enola wakes expecting a celebration, only to discover that her mother has vanished without explanation. The house feels suddenly empty, and all that remains are a few carefully chosen gifts left behind for her. Confused and heartbroken, Enola struggles to understand why the one person who always stood beside her would disappear so suddenly. A week later, her brothers return to the family estate. Sherlock quickly notices Enola's sharp intelligence and recognizes her potential, while Mycroft sees only a rebellious young girl who needs discipline. As Enola's legal guardian, Mycroft decides she should be sent away to a strict finishing school run by Miss Harrison, where she can be molded into what society believes a proper young woman should be. For Enola, the idea feels like a prison sentence, threatening to destroy the independence her mother spent years nurturing. As Enola examines the gifts her mother left behind, she discovers hidden messages concealed in flower cards. Using the code-breaking skills Eudora taught her, she uncovers clues that lead to a hidden stash of money. Realizing her mother intended for her to follow the trail, Enola decides to run away before Mycroft can send her to school. Disguising herself as a boy to avoid detection, she boards a train leaving for London. During the journey, she discovers a young nobleman, Viscount Tewkesbury, hiding inside a travel bag. At first, Enola finds him spoiled and naive, but she soon learns that a dangerous man named Lindhorn is hunting him. When Lindhorn attacks, Enola warns Tewkesbury, and together they leap from the train to escape. Stranded in the countryside, the two begin an uneasy partnership as they make their way toward London, each carrying their own mystery. Once in London, Enola and Tewkesbury part ways, believing their paths have separated. Enola adopts a new disguise as a respectable Victorian lady and continues searching for her mother. She communicates through coded newspaper advertisements, hoping Eudora will see them. Her investigation leads her to hidden pamphlets, secret locations, and evidence that her mother has become involved with a radical political movement fighting for women's rights. Before Enola can fully understand what she has discovered, Lindhorn finds her and attacks. He believes she knows where Tewkesbury is hiding and tries to kill her. Using the combat skills her mother taught her, Enola fights back and escapes after causing an explosion that destroys the safe house. The attack makes Enola realize that Tewkesbury is still in danger, and she chooses to help him rather than continue searching only for herself. Determined to save him, Enola tracks Tewkesbury down in London, where he is trying to live unnoticed among the crowds. She warns him that the assassin is still after him and takes him to safety. The relationship slowly changes as they spend more time together. What began as annoyance turns into trust, and Enola begins to see that Tewkesbury is far more thoughtful and courageous than she first believed. Meanwhile, Mycroft refuses to give up searching for his missing sister and enlists Inspector Lestrade to bring her home. Eventually Enola is captured and sent to Miss Harrison's finishing school, where she feels trapped by rigid expectations. Sherlock visits her there and, for the first time, openly admits that he is impressed by her abilities. His words give Enola the confidence to believe she can truly stand as an equal to the Holmes name. Tewkesbury later sneaks into the school to rescue her, and the two flee together in Miss Harrison's motorcar. Enola pieces together the truth and realizes that the person behind the murder attempts is not Tewkesbury's uncle as expected, but his own grandmother. At Bassleweather Hall, the family estate, Lindhorn attacks them one final time, but Enola defeats him using jiu-jitsu, ending the immediate threat. Soon after, Tewkesbury's grandmother reveals that she arranged everything because she feared Tewkesbury would take his late father's seat in the House of Lords and support social reform. Unable to accept change, she tries to kill him herself. However, Tewkesbury survives because Enola had secretly convinced him to wear hidden armor beneath his clothes. With the truth exposed, the authorities move in to arrest the dowager. After the danger has passed, Enola and Tewkesbury share an emotional farewell, both changed by what they experienced together. Enola overhears Sherlock telling Mycroft that perhaps he should become her guardian, recognizing that she deserves freedom rather than control. When Enola returns home, she is shocked to find her mother waiting for her. Eudora explains that she had to leave because of the dangerous path she had chosen, but she wanted Enola to discover who she truly was without relying on anyone else. Though their reunion is brief, Eudora sees that her daughter has become exactly what she hoped: strong, independent, and fearless. By the end of her journey, Enola no longer sees herself as the forgotten younger sister of a famous detective. She has found her own identity as a brilliant investigator, a finder of lost souls, ready to begin a life that belongs entirely to her.